National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the national news broadcast on Rupavahini ChannelEye. I'm Delanjali Anand. Joining me is Oin Hettiarachchi. And these are the top stories which have made headlines for tonight. A plane crash in Nepal kills 68. Hindu devotees celebrate Thai Pongal festival with much enthusiasm. President invites all Sri Lankans to unitedly commit to build a prosperous nation. Another coal shipment arrives in the country. Farmers affected from the use of organic fertilizer. Now for those and other stories in detail, but we take a turn to the global headline that has made headlines this evening. That is, dozens of people have been killed after a plane with 72 people on board crashed near an airport in central Nepal.
At least 64 people are confirmed to have died, while reports have indicated that several critically injured survivors have been taken to hospital. The Yeti airline flight from Kathmandu, the tourist town of Pokhara, crashed on landing before catching fire. Videos posted on social media show an aircraft flying low over a populated area before spinning sharply. The flight set out with 68 passengers on board, including at least 15 foreign nationals and 4 crew members. Hundreds of Nepalese soldiers are involved in operation at the crash site in the gorge of the Seti River, only 1.5 kilometers from the airport. A video taken where the plane came down showed thick billowing black smoke and burning debris. Nepal government has called an emergency meeting and urged state agencies to work together on rescue operations. A panel to investigate the cause of the crash has been set up. Of the passengers, 53 are said to be Nepalese. There are 5 Indian, 4 Russian and 2 Koreans on the plane. There was also 1 passenger each from Ireland, Australia, Argentina and France, among others. Aviation accidents are not uncommon in Nepal, often due to the remote runways and sudden weather changes that can make for hazardous conditions. Previously, a Tara airplane crashed in May 2022 with northern Nepal's district of Mustang, killing 22 people. Hindu devotees worldwide celebrated the Thai Pongal Day today.
The objective is to extend gratitude and to recall services of the sun to maintain and enhance agriculture, which is the foundation of their livelihood. On the day of Thai Pongal, the Hindu community pay homage to the sun god by carrying out religious observances and activities in Hindu kovils. Accordingly, the Hindu devotees prepare Pongal in decorated clay pots in the paddy fields, in which they engage in the agricultural activities and offer the first offering of Pongal prepared from the first portion of the harvest to sun god as an expression of gratitude. Hindu devotees also engage in religious observances by boiling milk outdoors in front of their respective homes and preparing Pongal while offering the prepared food for the sun god. Subsequently, they visit kovils dressed in their new clothes and engage in festivities in the company of friends and relations. The National Thai Pongal Festival was held at the Sri Kadirasan Kovil in Thalavakale with the participation of Minister Vidra Vikramanayaka. A special cultural show was also organized with the participation of school children in parallel to the festival. A special Thai Pongal Day program was organized this morning at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation premises. Chairman of the corporation, W.B. Ganegala, and Director General Asanka Jalat were present at this occasion.
උපකාරය අගයන එයාට ගෞරවය පුද කරන උදවේදීත්වය පුද කරන තයි පොංගල් මංගල්‍යය අද ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී සංස්ථාවේ විශේෂයෙන්ම නායකයාගේ සංවිධායකත්වයෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී අපි එළිදක්වමින් සිටින්නේ. මේ අවස්ථාවේදී ශ්‍රී ලංකාවාසී අපේ සහෝදර සියලුම ද්‍රවිඩ ජනතාවට තාම සුබ ඒ වගේම වාසනාවන්ත තයි පොංගල් මංගල්‍යයක් වේවා කියලා ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී සංස්ථාවේදී මම සුබ ගන්නවා.
A special program celebrating the Thai Pongal festival was organized at the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation premises with the participation of its chairman Hudson Samarasinghe. The program was organized by the Tamil unit of National Radio. The celebration was consisted of various religious observances and colourful dance items. Hindu devotees across the country were seen celebrating the Thai Pongal festivities with much enthusiasm this morning. Now, President Ranil Wickremesinghe requests all Sri Lankans to unitedly commit to contribute to the government's new economic and social reform program and rebuild the country with economic affluence.
Issuing a message on the Thai Pongal Day, the President said the Pongal festival of this year is an opportunity to signify the government's endeavours to build a sufficient country by ensuring food security and nutrition for all. Modernisation of agricultural sector is a priority for the government on its bid to create an effective, sustainable and profitable livelihood and also serve a competitive international markets. On this Thai Pongal Day, which is also signifying the productivity and prosperity, the President has indicated that it is imperative that Sri Lankans unitedly commit to contribute the government's new economic and social reform programs and rebuild the country with economic affluence. He said that Thai Pongal celebration today bestows blessings on the country's journey towards flourishing economic development. In keeping with the spirit and traditions of the Pongal, may success overflow for the people of Sri Lanka to prosper, the message further said.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that Thai Pongal has become an integral part of the nation's culture and embody the core values of peace, unity and compassion. In his Thai Pongal Day message, the Prime Minister said that the festival will inspire the nation to live in harmony with nature and further the spirit of compassion.
Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that Thai Pongal festival is a special religious and cultural festival of the Hindu devotees who are expressing their gratitude to the sun god for ensuring prosperity. The opposition leader wished the nation to be invoked with blessings and protection for those who are committed for a country filled with prosperity. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says he will take measures to implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution without any changes.
The President said that the Chief Ministers in North and East as well as South have requested him to enforce the relevant powers. The President made these remarks while taking part in the Thai Pongal National Festival held at the Durgamani Hall in Jaffna today. Prior to the ceremony, President Ranil Wickremesinghe engaged in Hindu religious observances at the Nalur Shivan Kovil. Subsequently, the President was paraded in a procession to the Durgamani Hall along with other invitees according to Hindu cultural customs. The ceremony was filled with many colourful cultural performances and it was organised with the aim to establish reconciliation among the communities.
திருவடியே பணிமனமே ஓம்காரநாயகன் மாதுமை பாலகன் திருவடியே பணிமனமே
සංහිඳියාව මේ රට උවමනයි.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the country requires reconciliation as the country has been divided by the political interferences of the discriminatory politics. He said that the nation, together with all communities, should thrive towards the identity created by then Prime Minister D.S. Senanayake 75 years back and overcome the prevailing economic crises. Therefore, he said that all efforts should be focused to rebuild the Sri Lankan identity. The president said that he has called for an all-party leaders meeting and he had already inquired them on the steps to be taken to establish reconciliation in the country. He said that he will inform the parliament to take necessary steps in this regard accordingly. The president added that many issues have already been discussed pertaining to the disappeared and Reconciliation Commission has also been established. Following discussions with various stakeholders, including the Sri Lanka Army, he said that a TRC will be established. Also, he added that a new law will replace the Prevention of Terrorism Act. He pointed out that such laws will be utilized to safeguard the nation. The president said that the 13th Amendment will be enforced fully, heeding to the calls of the chief ministers not only from the north but also from the south.
ත්‍රස්තවාදී වැළකීමේ පනත වෙනුවට අලුත් නීතියක් අපි ගේනවා. සමහරු කියනවා මේක උතුරට විරුද්ධව යොදවනවා කියලා. නෑ මේක යොදවන්නේ රටේ ස්ථාවරභාවය ඇති කරන්න. මට ගිය අවුරුද්දේ මේක දකුණට යොදවන්න තිබුණා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි බලන්නේ දැන් 13 වෙනි සංශෝධනයේ සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න. ඒක උතුරේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් විතරක් නෙමෙයි. අපේ දකුණේ මහමැතිවරුත් ඉල්ලනවා මේක කොහොම ක්‍රියා කරන්න කියලා. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා අපි කතා කරලා ඒවත් ක්‍රියා කරන්නට යනවා.
Minister Douglas Devananda was present at this occasion. President Ranil Wickremesinghe visited the Sri Nagavihara in Jaffna this morning and received blessings while engaging in religious ceremonies. The President also visited the head of the Jaffna Sri Nagavihara, Venerable Migha Jandure Sirivimala Nayaka Thera, and inquired about his health. The Thera congratulated and chanted Setparit to invoke blessings on the President. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe met Reverend Sri Somasundaram Nallai Adina Shramadipati and received his blessings. The President also visited the Jaffna Bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Justin Jnanaprakasam, and had engaged in a brief discussion.
In the meantime, another coal shipment has reached the country. The Ministry of Power and Energy said that this shipment is consisted of 60,000 metric tons of coal. So far, 8 coal shipments have reached the country since last December. Another 4 coal shipments are expected to arrive in the country in the near future. A coal shipment is expected to reach on the 18th, while the 10th coal shipment will arrive in the country on the 19th, as per Ministry Power of Energy. Minister Kanchana Wijesekara, during a recent media briefing, said that the country is expecting 7 more coal shipments during the month of January.
Now, another 14 female workers remanded at the Suraksha safe house belonging to Sri Lankan embassy in Oman due to various difficulties endured during their employments is in Oman, returned to the country today. They were repatriated with the mediation of Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau. This group of female workers arrived in the country on UL 206 flight this morning from Muscat Airport in Oman. 7 out of this group have migrated for employment after registering with Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau. However, the rest of the 7 workers have travelled to Oman using tourist visa through illegal means without registering with the Bureau. Therefore, the Foreign Employment Bureau pointed out that the Bureau is not legally allowed to make financial allocations for the repatriation of the workers who have migrated through illegal means. However, the Bureau has indicated that Minister Manush Nanayakkara took measures to repatriate this group through a special cabinet approval. The Foreign Employment Bureau has announced that legal action will be taken against individuals who have left the country for employment by producing false information to officers attached to the airport division of the Bureau. They have further said that legal actions will also be taken against those who deploy such individuals for foreign employment. Reports have indicated that one of the female workers have evaded and fled from the Bureau officials upon arrival. The Bureau has further indicated that so far 30 female workers stayed in the Suraksha safe house in Oman have been repatriated.
Placing of deposits for the upcoming local government election is currently underway. Several political parties and independent groups made deposits yesterday to contest the elections at respective district secretariats. Samajana Balavegia placed deposits to contest for 1 municipal council and 7 Pradeshia Sabhas in Polonnaruwa district. MP Kings Nelson was present at this occasion. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna placed deposits to contest in Gampha district with the participation of General Secretary of the party, Sagara Karyavasam. 3 recognised political parties and an independent group placed deposits yesterday to contest in Batticaloa district. Addressing a media briefing, the leader of the indigenous community in Sri Lanka, Uruvarige Vaniliyatho, said that the public detests the present-day politicians.
The president of the Bar Association President's Council, Salia Perez, says lawyers should act impartially for the rights of the public. He made these remarks while addressing a ceremony held in Badulla. The ceremony was organized for the members of the Badulla Bar Association. Taking part in the legal session of the event, President's Council Salia Perez said that with the support received from all attorneys in the last 2 years, he was able to act directly and represent on behalf of the rights of the people. Now, the police have said that 18 suspects, including 11 drug dealers, were apprehended during a raid conducted in the Magazine Road area in Borala today.
The police have further said that the female suspect was among the arrested. Accordingly, the police have apprehended 1 gram of heroin in possession of the female suspect, while the other suspect had ice, narcotics and cannabis in their possession. The search operation was conducted from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. with the participation of 100 officers attached to the Borala Police and Police Special Task Force. The Excise Department has recovered a cache of liquor bottles with illegal stickers.
The department said that the bottles were uncovered following raids conducted across the country. The sticker methodology was introduced with the aim to ensure the authenticity and the quality of the liquor bottles, as well as to confirm the tax payments related to the bottles. The Excise Department has received complaints over a group of businessmen who are applying fake stickers on liquor bottles to mislead the methodology as well as to the system in place. Accordingly, the Excise Department has taken a haul of liquor bottles following raids conducted across the country. The Excise Department has announced that the relevant raids are continuing and stern legal action will be taken against such liquor outlets, including the suspension of their licenses. Now, the allegation on the distribution of substandard organic fertilizer for farmers in Huruluvaava, Galenbindunuvaava area has been confirmed.
The situation has been the government distributed fertilizer stocks after placing its trust solely on private companies. The farmers' communities have requested the authorities to direct their attention in this regard. The national television on the 12th reported allegations levelled by paddy farmers in Huruluvaava, Galenbindunuvaava area who claimed that their paddy fields are destroyed after using organic fertilizer. Accordingly, the officers attached to the organic fertilizer company, a private compost production company in Dambula area, arrived at the site for inquiry. Subsequently, they tested a stock of fertilizer purchased by the representative of the Mahasen Agrarian Organisation in Colonia area in Kurunegala, which was prepared for the utilisation of cultivation in Huruluvaava area. The farmers showed the representatives of the fertilizer company that weeds have grown in the cultivation land due to the use of the relevant fertilizer. They also pointed out the difference between paddy fields which were cultivated using compost fertilizer and one without. Accordingly, the significance of the cultivation becomes unsuccessful with the use of compost fertilizer due to the rapid growth of various types of weeds, which has further assured claims made by the farmers. The bejeweled canopy with gold, silver and precious gems fixed to protect the sacred footprint of Sripada in the upper level of Sripada Viharya.
This was offered by Sasunaya Savya, Kalana Mitru Savya organisation under the guidance of Chief Incumbent of Sripada Viharya, Venerable Bengamue Dhammadinna Thera. 13th Kemura Puja following the commencement of the Sripada pilgrimage season was held at the upper level of the Sripada Viharya yesterday. The canopy was then paraded to the upper level in the procession and fixed above the sacred footprint of Sripada accordingly. This is the first time that a bejeweled canopy with gold, silver and precious gems was fixed to protect the sacred footprint of Sripada, and the canopy along with the sacred relics will be transferred back to the Galpottawala Rajamahavihara in Palmadulla following the conclusion of the Sri Pada pilgrimage season. Subsequently, Chief Incumbent of Sri Pada Vihara, Venerable Bengamwe Damadina Thera, said that the bejeweled canopy will be paraded to the upper level of the Sri Pada Vihara at the next Sri Pada season.
A new branch of the Vikramarachi Opticians opened at the Golf Face shopping complex recently. State-of-the-art eyeglasses, hearing aids and lenses are now available at considerably fair rates at the new branch. Also, Vikramarachi Opticians have provided all necessary facilities, including eye checkups for their customers. Vikramarachi Opticians have also extended discounts to their customers on this Thai Pongal day. The final rites of the late senior politician Reginald Curry will be held on the 18th.
The funeral will be held at the Bombuwala Cemetery at 3 p.m. The remains of the late Reginald Curry were brought to his residence in Bombuwala last night. A large gathering, including parliamentarians, were present to pay their last respects to the late senior politician. He was 75 years of age at his demise.
Now on foreign news, a Ukrainian soldier has had a successful surgery to remove an unexploded grenade from his chest.
The operation was carried out without using electrocoagulation as preventive measure to avoid detonation. Surgeons had removed the weapon from just beneath the heart of the injured serviceman, while two combat engineers ensured the operation was conducted safely. According to media reports, a live grenade entered the soldier's body during the battle in Bakhmut. The doctors risked the operation knowing that the bomb could explode at any moment. The team of the sappers neutralized the munition and described the procedure as one that would go down in medical textbooks. The operation was carried out without using electrocoagulation, a common method to control bleeding during surgery to avoid detonation. One image showed the surgeon holding the explosive after the surgery was performed. The soldier has since been sent for further rehabilitation and recovery.
A liquefied natural gas exports from the United States to the European Union more than doubled in the first 11 months of the previous year. This is compared with those of the whole year of 2021, according to a report by the European Commission. According to the natural gas market report released by the European Commission, the EU imported 52 billion cubic meters of LNG from the United States from January to November 2022, compared with 22 billion cubic meters for the whole year of 2021. The EU agreed with the United States last spring to expand the LNG imports following its decision to reduce purchase of the Russian gas. In December last year, Germany, a major natural gas consumer in the EU, opened its first floating LNG receiving terminal. Earlier this month, the terminal welcomed the first LNG carrier from the US, mainly boosted by the surge in demand in Europe. The US LNG revenue exported to $35 billion in the first 9 months of 2022.
Now, the Royal College of Nursing, the British largest nurses' union, expected to stage a fresh round of strike in February if there is no progress in talks with the government over pay disputes at the end of January. The number of personnel participating in the strike will be doubled at that time, according to the union yesterday. Pay disputes have intensified amid the rising cost of living in the country. On December 15th and December 20th, nurses in the country staged 2 mass strikes, with unions estimating that about 100,000 people took part. Moreover, there will also be another round of strikes by nurses on January 18th and 19th. The United Kingdom government has held several rounds of talks.
China's meteorological authority issued a blue alert for the cold wave today, forecasting big temperature drops and gales in vast regions of the country. Temperatures are expected to plunge by 6 to 8 degrees in Celsius in the most of southern China. China has a 4-tier color-coded weather warning system, with red representing the most severe weather, followed by orange, yellow and blue. Strong cold wave brought by the large temperature drop across East China's Jiangsu province yesterday, with Jiahu city seeing the first snow this year. The lowest temperatures in Shuang country in Jiangsu dropped to -7 degrees Celsius amid the cold wave. Dangshan country of East China's Anshu province showed the first snowfall in 2023 yesterday.
Now, a low-intensity avalanche hit a village in Tulal area of Gurez in North Kashmir's Bandipora. However, no damage has been reported so far. Rescue teams have been deployed to the area to assess the situation. Residents in the area have been prevented from venturing out in slopes, hilly areas or avalanche-prone areas. Efforts to clear up the affected areas have also resumed. And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at 8:50 p.m. for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Delanjali, together with Owen, signing off. Good night.
Good night.